Come on in. Come on in. Hi.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Well, you look like you're back.
I've got a little Buddha belly right here. The heart, the hematoma, I guess, is still right there, but it's creeping down. It's actually very funny. I say I've gone from being 3 months pregnant to being, having a budding belly. And I'm urinating, and I'm great friends with prunes.
That helps. It can't hurt.
It's really been, the only thing, I don't want to really revisit this because I really don't give a shit. I'm just glad I'm healthy. I'm going to need some things from you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what they are. I'm having problems with my memory, specifically for names. And I had affirmatively diagnosed PTSD, which is why I have the dog, for the most part. I mean, mobility is really more of a PTSD dog. And along with that goes hypervigilance. It's almost completely gone. And it's like someone gave me a mini stroke.
Oh, wow.
I'm not surveying my surroundings anymore.
Is that bad or good?
Good
Could be
question.
both.
That's the right question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm concerned about the problem of names, but I figure I'm still anemic. I think Ellen Pearlstein had me at about a 12.
Okay, last I spoke it was 10 something.
I think I got May 15th number in the 12.
Good.
So I figure I got another 3 points to go.
Plus maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Eating kale, eating spinach. I can't do the iron pills because it stopped me out. Folic acid. Let's see. I want just good medical care.
Oh, of course.
Because I did meet with Halpern, Dr. Halpern, the IR guy. Because I wanted him to explain to me.
Oh, Ellie?
Eli Halpern. I wanted him to explain to me what he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did much besides.
I don't think he did much either.
Right.
Except put pressure on the wound, which any medic could have done. Right?
His intention was to find something to clot, to stop, but
Right.
he never.
Right.
My suspicion is a muscular thing, but
Whatever. I lost blood. It stopped. All good.
You see this, by the way, even without surgery.
Seriously.
On blood thinners, yeah.
Again, I'm not
It's from the
concerned with
surgery. I'm
it.
not
The good news is that you were there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to you for that. And
Scared the heck out of us. You kidding me?
I think it scared the heck out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm engaged now in litigation. It's a 4-year divorce. My wife, who's a sociopath, has totally enfranchised me from my sons. I cannot imagine anything more painful.
No, it's terrible.
I've had Ellen write me a letter to the judge that I'm not capable of going to court right now. Meanwhile, I had to show up Friday, otherwise she'll issue a bench warrant. And I want you to support me in the fact that I'm still debilitated, because frankly, I am.
Of course. Well, you had major surgery plus a complication.
So whatever you can do that doesn't concern you about putting it in writing, I know.
No, I'll say you're recuperating from a
life-threatening.
Yes.
This is what Ellen said.
Yes.
I'll show it to you. A life-threatening moment. Totally. And I'm having memory gaps, and I am. I'm very concerned about it, but I really think it'll ameliorate. Right. I'm pretty mobile. I'm not ready to have a hot date, and they're all after me.
Can I feel around?
Would you please?
Yeah, you just have to tell me who to address this to.
My lawyer, Michael Joseph. He's my divorce lawyer. So
Will you give us his address?
Yeah.
Are you?
And this is about 38 inches around. Normally it should be 34. So I'm watching.
I get it. So it must have been 40 or 42.
Oh yeah, and my weight's gone from almost 190 down to 178.
Oh wow.
So I've lost 12 pounds.
I'm gonna just play around a little bit.
I've lost 12 pounds.
Wow. So let's see. Well, you're healing nicely.
Yeah, I heal nicely.
You're barely gonna see.
Yeah.
If you squeeze this, it's a healing ridge, and that goes away.
I'm not worried about it.
This one you can barely see that. How about back here?
That's sore.
It's sore. Over here.
No. No.
Can you give a little
Where?
cough? Good. When you cough, there's nothing.
I know, because I felt it. I already did that.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, the surgery was successful.
right. I'm just gonna make sure your jewels are not too
Okay.
banged up.
They were.
They were, right?
They
Okay,
were
it's
very
not
banged up.
Good. All right. So yeah, you still have. Look, there's still
Yeah.
a ball.
That's just hematoma. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to discuss something with you that you may not like, and I'm going to really be very frank with you.
Okay.
This is supposed to be in and out surgery. I do have a New York City licensed service dog. I can show you the license.
Oh yeah, I know you told me.
I incurred
believe that.
$700 of expenses.
For what?
Care.
For the dog.
Yeah. And I'd
What
like you to
was it?
think about
Yeah.
reimbursing me. A private home. She takes care of my dog. She ran over to my apartment to get the dog. I texted her as you were wheeling me in to see
Who was this woman I spoke
Melissa.
to?
No, Melissa? No, you didn't speak. You spoke to Anastasia Vornos. She's my medical care proxy. She's a highfalutin. She's my my boss's partner's wife. And it cost me a lot of money to have this dog taken care of. And I think you should think about reimbursing me. And if you don't want to, that's fine too.
Look, I'm a nice guy. If I told you I would feel comfortable paying half, I mean, I've never done
Done.
it before. That's just because,
Done.
I have a heart.
Done.
Yeah. But I will say that
And I'll give you the paid invoice.
Yeah, all right.
And this was, I don't earn a lot of money.
Of course.
And this was a big chunk of change out of my income.
No, I get it.
Because I'm still
Well,
below
the
23,000.
insurance should cover, what do they cover?
They didn't volunteer
No, but you
And
have
if they-
organizations.
for the dog.
Oh, no, I mean for hospitals. I'm talking for
Oh,
hospitals.
I'm not going to pay anything at all. I don't think.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I think your surgical fee went through, but I don't think Beth Israel's fee went through.
Normally it's covered because you need it to be. In
I'm
the
not worried about
hospital.
it.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. Because I cannot possibly see them charging me for anything. Can you?
Well, some plans, I don't know, 80/20, 90/10, but if.
But I was
don't
beyond
know.
the deductible.
Oh, so then you're fine.
Yeah, I was way beyond.
That's fine. Can I ask what Ellie said? I mean.
Yeah, he said it was probably your anatomy was slightly aberrant, and I said that makes sense. That's the only explanation, because you do 60 or 70 of these a year,
Oh, more.
and I think he said closer to 100. And
Oh,
so
more.
so it's rote, and and I read through the records. I did. I got them, and there's just nothing there. Nothing was left behind. I mean, I know how to read those things. I mean,
So what we worry about.
That's what he was saying.
And
There
this
was
is-
just nothing there.
The thing about this is we worry about a major vascular injury where you
Right.
cut
An
the vein,
internal artery.
of course, or a vein.
But this was an external
We don't
vein.
even
He
know
thinks it
what
was an
was.
external vein.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
don't
he
even
thinks.
know for sure.
You really don't. There's no point.
But if like when
I
you-
lost a lot of blood.
Of course.
I mean, I took 2 units,
Right.
but when your hemoglobin goes to 5
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
15?
You lost a lot.
Oh.
I suspected you had an injury to a major vessel, which we used to, when we did gunshots and knives, we would have to fix them.
Right.
But
The only thing I didn't understand part of the procedure, when you put in a balloon expander to make space, I was only, could that have done it? You were nowhere near the bleed. You were nowhere near the bleed. I know where the bleed was, pretty much, within 2 square inches, right? You were nowhere near it. Must have scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, because the reason, I will say this, because the case was as dry case could
Exactly.
be.
And Ellie pointed that out. He was very supportive of it.
Yeah,
And I wanted to understand before I came in to speak to you what I was missing.
right.
I'm a research director. I ask questions. I'm also my father's son. I ask questions. This was just this.
That's why it's.
What
we
my
live in a
wife
haunted
said to me
house.
when I left the house was, I'm going to put you under. I'm not going to pay you a penny, and I'm not going to use a lawyer.
Really?
She's expecting me to go back to Bellevue, which is never going to happen because I'm so stable as the day is long. She expected not to pay a penny. She's still fighting that. She's already used 3 lawyers. This would have accidentally made her day.
Of course.
I have a $1 million insurance policy. Exactly. I have a $1 million insurance policy for my kids. And all I could think of was, this is going to look really interesting, you know. So it was a bizarre moment.
Yeah.
It was a 1 out of 1,000 moment.
Yeah.
That's
no,
how I
you're the
feel.
only one that's happened to me. I've never had this. I mean, it could happen, obviously, but you read about it. But I would say that once that angiogram cleared everything, I knew things were going to stabilize.
Right.
If it was a major vascular injury, you would have needed this intervention.
Right.
But yeah, I can help you.
He says he used an instrument, like to put pressure on it. I don't know what he was talking about. You do? Some sort of instrument, yeah. No, Dr. Halpern said some sort of instrument to put pressure on the area that was bleeding to help it clot. It didn't clot on it. It probably would have clotted on its own, he said, but he said he put pressure on it. So, that's what, I'm just telling you what he said. Yeah. It was all, everything made sense.
Well, I'm glad you've turned the corner.
Right.
I know there's room for improvement going forward. I think I'll write you the letter. If you get me the invoice, I'll send you the check.
I have it.
Give it to me.
One thing I would just complain about the hospital, they shouldn't have let me go without an escort. And they said that they volunteered to wheel me out. They never did that. So I barely made it home that day.
Oh, wow.
Just so they knew that. Yeah, it was a Friday. I mean, regardless of Shabbos and all their rules,
walk out?
they made me walk out. They didn't offer to wheel me
That's a
out.
little
Just so that you know that.
yeah, that's a little
I don't know. I don't know what the hospital policy is on, but I thought that was
well,
strange.
most people get wheeled, but I guess at that point they will.
I was ready to leave.
Yeah, no. So are you doing like anything more exercise oriented this one?
I frankly will need your clearance. I mean, I train in Aikido, and either you or Ellen are going to have to write a letter to the head of the dojo.
When do you
Because
think you
it's
might
a-
be ready to go?
I think not till July.
Okay.
You
So
know,
next
I've
week
still got
until July.
severe lower back pain, which I presume is related to the hematoma. You know, I am dating, but I'm a little cautious about getting intimate with anybody right now. Not only because I took
When
blood.
you're ready, you should try.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
It works, but not as well as it used to. And I'm gonna have to, you know, I'm gonna have to be tested again for HIV in a couple of months. I'm not worried about it, but it seems like a prudent thing to do.
They do check the blood, but you're right. You know, that's an older days.
They checked it once.
Yeah.
I have not gone into the office. So, well, I got, for the last 4 or 5 days, it was very painful to walk.
So do you know when in July when you want to go back to the gym?
July 1st.
July 1st.
And here's the invoice. It's not professionally done because, let's keep in mind, she's a dog walker. But I did put the service tag in there so that you had it as a backup. I appreciate your agreeing to split it with me. That was very kind of you.
Look, I'm going to get this check made and I'll send it out.
Okay. To me.
I'll bill it to you. Not
Yeah,
her.
I paid it.
Not her.
No, I paid it. I paid it.
Here's a note, and you give whomever the address is. Can you tell me who to make your attorney's thing to?
Oh, yes. Michael Joseph
Uh-huh.
at 2 Rector